Let's talk about visceral fat, the dangerous fat stored deep inside your belly, wrapping around your organs. It's not just about appearance. This fat acts like an active organ, releasing harmful chemicals that drive inflammation, insulin resistance, and chronic diseases like diabetes, heart problems, and even dementia. Here's the hard truth you can't exercise a bad diet. If you want to burn belly fat and heal your body, you must stop eating the foods that are fueling it. Today, I'll reveal the top foods that are sabotaging your metabolism and keeping your belly fat locked in place. When you eliminate these foods, your body will naturally reset and start burning fat, not storing it. Number 1. Visceral belly fat is dangerous and drives chronic inflammation. Visceral fat is one of the most dangerous types of fat in the human body because it doesn't just sit beneath the skin, it wraps itself around vital organs like the liver, pancreas, and intestines. Unlike subcutaneous fat, which you can pinch with your fingers, visceral fat is hidden deep in your abdomen and acts like a living, active organ. It produces hormones and inflammatory chemicals that disrupt your body's natural balance and create a toxic internal environment. Over time, this type of fat becomes a driver of serious health problems, including type 2 diabetes, heart disease, stroke, and even cognitive decline. Many people don't realize that the stubborn belly fat they are struggling to lose is often this very visceral fat, and it's not just a cosmetic issue. It's a warning sign that the body is in distress. One of the reasons visceral fat is so harmful is because it leads to insulin resistance. This happens when your cells stop responding to insulin properly, causing your blood sugar to rise and your body to store even more fat in your abdomen. It becomes a vicious cycle. The more visceral fat you have, the more inflammation your body produces, and the harder it becomes to burn that fat. This internal fire not only damages your organs but also affects your mood, energy, and metabolism, leaving you feeling fatigued and stuck. The good news is that visceral fat responds quickly to the right lifestyle changes. By removing inflammatory and processed foods from your diet, eating nutrient-rich whole foods, and supporting your body's natural healing systems, you can begin to reverse the damage. As your body detoxifies and resets, inflammation decreases, hormones rebalance, and the deep, dangerous fat around your organs begins to melt away. This isn't just about looking better, it's about giving your body a chance to heal from the inside out. Number 2. Refined carbohydrates are the #1 trigger for belly fat storage. Refined carbohydrates are one of the biggest contributors to the accumulation of visceral belly fat. Yet they are often overlooked because they are so common in everyday diets. Foods like white bread, pasta, pastries, crackers, and sugary breakfast cereals are stripped of their natural fiber and nutrients during processing. What's left behind are simple starches that the body rapidly converts into glucose, causing a sudden spike in blood sugar and insulin levels. When insulin rises, it signals the body to store excess energy as fat, and much of that fat ends up deposited deep in the abdominal cavity around vital organs. This process not only drives the storage of visceral fat, but also makes it extremely difficult for your body to burn it off. The constant intake of refined carbs creates a blood sugar roller coaster. After the initial spike, blood sugar drops quickly, leading to cravings for more carbs or sugar to regain energy. This cycle keeps insulin levels elevated for long periods, training your body to stay in fat storage mode rather than fat burning mode. Over time, this can lead to insulin resistance, where your cells stop responding properly to insulin, further fueling visceral fat accumulation. What's even more concerning is how refined carbs contribute to chronic inflammation. The quick digestion and absorption of these foods can damage the gut lining and feed harmful bacteria in the gut microbiome. This inflammation acts as a signal to the body to hold onto visceral fat as a protective mechanism, even though it ends up doing more harm than good. By cutting out refined carbohydrates and replacing them with whole, fiber-rich foods like vegetables, legumes, and healthy fats, you calm insulin levels and reduce inflammation. As your body transitions from storing fat to burning it, visceral fat begins to shrink, and your energy, metabolism, and overall health start to transform. Number 3. Sugar and sugary drinks lock fat around your belly. Sugar and sugary drinks are among the most harmful contributors to stubborn belly fat, especially the deep visceral fat that wraps around your organs. When you consume sugar, particularly in liquid form like sodas, energy drinks, or even fruit juices, it floods your bloodstream with glucose and fructose. Unlike glucose, which every cell in your body can use for energy, fructose is metabolized almost entirely by the liver. When the liver becomes overwhelmed by excess fructose, it converts it into fat, much of which gets stored in the abdominal cavity as visceral fat. This process also triggers a rise in insulin, the fat storage hormone, which further signals your body to store more fat around the midsection. Sugary drinks are especially problematic because they bypass your body's natural satiety mechanisms. Unlike solid food, liquid sugar doesn't activate fullness signals in the brain, which means you can consume hundreds of calories without feeling satisfied. This makes it incredibly easy to overconsume and creates a vicious cycle of cravings and fat accumulation. Over time, this excess sugar intake leads to insulin resistance, where your cells stop responding properly to insulin, keeping your blood sugar high and locking your body in a fat storing mode. The impact of sugar extends beyond physical fat storage. It also fuels chronic inflammation, disrupts gut health, and alters hunger hormones like leptin and ghrelin, making it even harder to control appetite and cravings. These changes encourage more fat to accumulate in the abdominal area and make it resistant to burning, no matter how much you exercise. Eliminating sugary drinks and hidden sugars in processed foods is one of the fastest ways to calm your metabolism and unlock fat burning mode. As your insulin levels stabilize, your body will naturally begin to tap into visceral fat for energy, helping you lose weight and restore metabolic balance. Number 4. Industrial seed oils disrupt metabolism and fuel inflammation. Processed snack foods are some of the most deceptive culprits behind the accumulation of stubborn belly fat. These foods, which include chips, cookies, crackers, candy bars, and even so-called health bars, are engineered to be hyper-palatable, meaning they are designed to hit the perfect combination of salt, sugar, and unhealthy fats to make your brain crave more. They offer little to no real nutrition and are packed with refined carbohydrates, added sugars, artificial flavors, and unhealthy oils. Together, these ingredients create a metabolic storm in your body that promotes fat storage, particularly in the visceral area around your organs. When you eat processed snacks, they cause a rapid spike in your blood sugar and insulin levels. Insulin acts like a storage hormone, and when it stays elevated because of constant snacking, your body shifts into fat storage mode instead of fat burning mode. Over time, this leads to insulin resistance, which locks fat inside your cells and makes it incredibly difficult to lose, even with exercise. These snacks also lack protein and fiber, meaning they fail to satisfy hunger and leave you feeling hungry again soon after eating, encouraging a cycle of overeating and cravings. Another dangerous aspect of processed snack foods is their impact on your gut health. Many of them contain emulsifiers, artificial sweeteners, and preservatives that disrupt your gut microbiome. A damaged gut lining leads to low-grade inflammation, which signals your body to store more visceral fat as a protective response. When you remove these processed snacks and replace them with nutrient-dense whole foods like nuts, seeds, fresh fruit, and vegetables, your body gets the nourishment it needs without triggering fat storage hormones. This shift helps stabilize blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and naturally unlock the fat burning process, allowing your belly fat to finally melt away. Number 5. Processed snack foods keep you in a fat storing mode. Alcohol, especially in excessive amounts, is one of the hidden drivers of stubborn belly fat, particularly the dangerous visceral fat stored deep around your organs. When you drink alcohol, your body treats it as a toxin and prioritizes breaking it down over all other metabolic processes. This means that while your liver is busy processing alcohol, fat burning is temporarily shut down. Any excess calories consumed, especially from sugary mixers or heavy meals often paired with drinking, are more likely to be stored as fat, most commonly in the abdominal area. Alcohol is also metabolized into a substance called acetate, which your body uses as a quick energy source. While acetate is being burned, fat oxidation is drastically reduced, meaning your body's ability to burn stored fat slows down significantly. This creates a perfect storm for fat to accumulate around your midsection. Beyond the direct metabolic effects, alcohol contributes to increased appetite and poor food choices. It lowers inhibitions, making it harder to resist unhealthy foods, and it often leads to consuming processed, calorie-dense snacks late at night. Additionally, alcohol impacts hormones involved in weight regulation. It disrupts cortisol, the stress hormone, and alters insulin sensitivity, both of which encourage fat to be stored in the belly. Chronic alcohol consumption, even in moderate amounts, has been linked to higher levels of visceral fat and increased risk for metabolic syndrome. Cutting back or eliminating alcohol can have an almost immediate positive effect on your metabolism. Your liver can focus on detoxification and fat metabolism. Insulin sensitivity improves, and fat-burning hormones begin to function properly again. This single change not only helps reduce belly fat, but also improves sleep, mood, and energy levels, creating a strong foundation for long-term health and weight balance. Number 6. Eliminating these foods allows your body to reset and burn fat naturally. Eliminating inflammatory and processed foods from your diet is one of the most powerful steps you can take to reduce stubborn belly fat and heal your body from the inside out. Visceral fat, the deep abdominal fat surrounding your organs, is strongly linked to chronic inflammation in the body. When you eat foods like refined sugars, industrial seed oils, processed snacks, and artificial additives, they trigger a constant low-grade inflammatory response. This inflammation acts like a signal for your body to hold onto fat as a protective mechanism, especially in the midsection, where it can cause the most harm over time. Your metabolism is highly sensitive to the food you eat. When inflammatory foods are present, your hormones such as insulin and cortisol become imbalanced. Insulin resistance develops, making it harder for your body to burn fat for fuel, while cortisol, the stress hormone, encourages fat to be stored around your belly. These changes keep your body stuck in fat storage mode, even if you are exercising regularly or eating fewer calories. Once you stop eating these toxic foods and replace them with nutrient-dense, whole foods, your body's chemistry begins to shift. Inflammation levels drop, gut health improves, and fat-burning hormones like leptin and adipose start working properly again. Your cells become more responsive to insulin, allowing your body to access and burn stored fat, including visceral fat. This process is not just about losing weight, it's about healing at a cellular level. By giving your body real food filled with vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and healthy fats, you activate its natural ability to detoxify, repair, and restore balance. The result is not only a leaner midsection, but also improved energy, mental clarity, and overall vitality. The transformation begins with what you choose to stop eating today.